Welcome back, YouTubers, to another WWE vlog with me, Daniel Parkin, and today I'm going to be giving my review on Raw, which happened tonight, of course. But before I start this video, can I just say, subscribe up above if you like my videos, give the big thumbs up if you like what I'm saying, or if you like the video itself, and also don't forget to put your comments below what you thought on the show, or what you thought on what I've been saying about the show. And also, I want to give a couple of plugs which I gave in my Smackdown video, which I also want to give in this video. Please check out four people I want you guys to check out. Number 1, 420 Goonie. Number 2, Davamania. Number 3, Dreamboy899. And number 4, check out my good friend NJ's WWE blog on Tumblr, which I'll put either up here or in the description box below. But I recommend you guys check these guys out. Pretty good WWE guys. So after that, let's get on to the Raw review. Okay, so we start off in typical fashion, with Micheal Cole coming out, imitating JR. You know, I actually marked out a little bit for this because I thought that was actually JR, but you know, it looks like Micheal Cole is taking a little bit of a thing out of the Miz's book here, dressing up as people. But you know, he imitated JR. It's basically saying his ankle's hurting, that he's a loser, blah 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 blah. And also on a side note, Micheal Cole is now on Twitter. He's on Twitter because he's tweeting what he cannot say on Raw. So definitely check out for his tweets. I'm sure they'll get a lot of heel heat as well. After that, you know, crappy start with Micheal Cole, obviously, because he's a darsh. Triple H comes out and makes a promo about him and Undertaker once again. He says this will be the most defining moment in both of their careers. You know, it's his biggest match ever. The streak is bigger than any championship or any achievement he's ever done. And to me, it just sounded like a farewell speech. It sounded like that was the only thing he had left, and if he loses, he's just going to give up. Even though he did say he would die trying. That's just my opinion. He says he wants to face Undertaker next week face to face, which will be good to see. And it was a pretty intense promo. That was until Ted DiBiase comes out. Says that he'll take out Triple H, which I just laughed at because I just know Ted DiBiase jobbing. He comes out to the ring, says he'll take out Triple H. As soon as he gets to the ring, Triple H just owns him. He smashes him into the steel steps, hits him with the chair multiple times, pedigrees him through the table. So, you know, Triple H burying another guy, although, to be honest, this one I was a bit more pleased about because at least they did it to an actual jobber. And it actually made Triple H look good, which is what he needs going into WrestleMania, seeing as we're probably going to not see him wrestle until WrestleMania. So that's just my opinion on that. It was a pretty intense and good promo as well to add to that, so it's overall a good start to Raw, in my opinion. Even though I did feel a little bit sorry for Ted DiBiase, but nah, he's a jobber, who cares about him? We also find out that Cena will respond to The Miz later via satellite, you know, bit of ironic with this there with, you know, bringing it via satellite. And also we will be rewriting a Mystery. What the fuck? How's that go? What the fuck's going on there? We'll find out in the main event, apparently. We then have a real short match. We have Sheamus versus Evan Bourne. Sheamus trying to get revenge on Evan Bourne beating him a couple of weeks ago when Triple H took him out. This is a real short match. Basically, Evan Bourne missed the airborne and then hits the bro kick on Evan Bourne to win the match. Again, this match was short to put more focus on the aftermath of the match. Bryan comes out and says he wants to invoke his rematch clause at WrestleMania for the US Championship. And Sheamus doesn't really answer him, he just beats him down. So I'm guessing this will be a match for WrestleMania, which I'm glad to see because they had a really good match on Raw last week, and it'll be a really good like opener or second match or something for WWE to use at WrestleMania. We then get a Divas match. Yep, that's right, a Divas match. We're going to get Maryse versus Torres, and then I think you know what I'm thinking here. God, Maryse made it to TV. She's actually wrestling tonight. But of course, you know, the importance of her being there kind of negates itself once Micheal Cole gets on the mic to say, you know, oh, I have this, get off, you know, stop wrestling. I've got another exclusive. This is more important. Doing his usual heel stuff. Eve, you know, eventually wins the match with a spinning neck breaker type maneuver, beats Maryse. You know, Eve then goes up to his little coal mine and manages to slap Cole, even though security was trying to keep her away. You know, this is a great way for Cole to get heel heat, and again, he does this in his promo in a bit as well. He gets so much heel heat now; it's so easy for him to do it. We then see footage of the Miz beating on Cena. Oh no, wait a minute, no, that was after the tag match. You know, which didn't really have that much meaning to it, but I'll go through it anyway. We have the Corre, Heath, Slater, and Justin Gabriel versus at the ring, and they face Santino and Kozlov. This match was really short, but there was no outside interference, which I expected from the Corre, and Heath Slater hit his finisher to win the match. Again, this match was short to focus on the aftermath. We had Corre attacking Santino and Kozlov after the match. Kane and Big Show united as one. You know, they complete each other apparently. They come out and beat on the Corre, and I'm thinking, is this a kind of clue to what the match we're going to see Corre in at WrestleMania? Will it be a 4-on-4 with the Corre versus Kane, Big Show, Santino and Kozlov? I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. Now Kane is a face, you know, this could happen. We then see footage of Miz beating on Cena last week, and then we see Cena's interview via satellite. Says that basically he says that him facing the Rock's, him being face to face with the Rock next week will be epic. That the Miz deserves to be WWE champion for what he's done, because he's been ruthless. You know, it's a very short, serious interview. He says that he'll make history at WrestleMania. You know, it was short, it was, you know, to the point, and it was good to see John Cena showing a serious side. Usually he's just telling jokes, so, you know, it wasn't too bad of a promo, but it was short. That's all I can say, really. We then see Micheal Cole getting on the mic for another worldwide exclusive thing that he does. He basically presented pictures of Lawler's family from a sort of a scrapbook of his past. He makes fun of his dad, who's passed away. So, you know, once again, it seems like, you know, they've taken this way too far just to get heel heat. But of course, we all know that Jerry Lawler is allowing Micheal Cole to do this, or else he wouldn't have done it. You know, like I said, he got loads of heel heat, and he says that Lawler's family is nothing but a bunch of losers. Which invokes Jerry Lawler to go and attack Micheal Cole until, of course, Swagger comes onto the scene and manages to beat him down, puts the ankle lock on Jerry Lawler, and then Cole comes out and puts on the Cole lock. So yeah, more heel heat for Micheal Cole, and with all these attacks from Micheal Cole on Jerry Lawler, it only goes to make me think that Jerry Lawler will win at WrestleMania, to be honest. But again, this is the only thing this match has got, and they're working really well on it. The only thing the match has got is Stone Cold Steve Austin and Micheal Cole's heel heat, and they're working really well on the heel heat. So, you know, it could be sorry about that. Could turn out to be a decent, you know, decent match for WWE at WrestleMania. We then get another match. We have Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison. This again was too short, but it didn't really have an ending. It kind of ended when LayCool interfered in the match, and then Raw GM comes on and makes it a handicap tag match with Morrison and Trish versus Ziggler, LayCool, and Vicky Guerrero. Again, I just had no interest in this match. Had the Divas involved, I just had no interest in it. Ziggler hits a zigzag on Morrison after I think it was interference by Layla, and basically allows Vicky to pin John Morrison. And I'm just thinking, wow, way to devalue John Morrison there. Way to bury him. And Trish as well. She didn't really get much of a look in the match. I just had no interest in this match, and the match of WrestleMania will suck, which is a shame because, you know, Ziggler and Morrison deserve so much better than that. But the match will just suck. I'm sorry to say it, but it will just suck. We then get a vignette with wrestlers and superstars talking about Triple H and others, including Arn Anderson and Jericho, just hyping up the match again and the streak and the two wrestlers being icons and stuff like that. So, you know, more build up for that match. We then get a real random match, in my opinion. We get Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio. Why are they having matches like this when they both need pushes into WrestleMania? Well, to be honest, again, this match was really short and it didn't really focus on the match. It had more focus on the aftermath. Earlier in the night, we saw Randy Orton get interviewed by I think it's Scott Stamford or something. I don't know what his name is. We never see him on TV anymore. We get into interview about, you know, his tour bus and the fact his family. You know, it's great that he can travel around with his family. At that point, I kind of knew CM Punk might have something to do with, something to do with that tour bus, and obviously my thoughts came to be true. During the match, Punk comes over the titan-tron and says, "Oh, that you can't wait to meet Orton's wife on the tour bus." Basically invoking him to come to the back to his tour bus. Randy Orton leaves the match, so I'm guessing Rey Mysterio wins by count out. Leaves the match and runs to the tour bus in the back, only for Punk to attack him and then blow a kiss to his wife, which I found out later on Twitter that was actually just an actress. So sorry, Twitter. You know, it's good to see Despicable Punk again, you know, kind of like what he did with Rey Mysterio, getting Randy Orton's family involved. You know, only fuels to make their match a bit better at WrestleMania, and the rivalry actually seemed credible. I've just had no interest in this rivalry, and now I'm starting to get a little bit more interested in it. You know, again, this match was more for its aftermath than the match itself, which disappointed me a little bit, but, you know, that seemed to be the theme of the night, really. Obviously, we see the news that Taker and Triple H are going to face each other, are going to be face to face next week, and that Raw is going to be Rock is going to be on Raw Live next week, which is good to see. I'm really looking forward to Raw next week because of these two things. We then get the main event, which to me just sucked. We had the Miz. We had a Miz segment. We had Alex Riley starting off. He's rehired as head of corporate communications or something like that. The Miz he introduces the Miz. He does his usual bragging number, saying that he's the best, he's the most wanted, the most watched, blah 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 blah. And then he reveals a new WWE title, which is just basically the W turned upside down to an M, and it just sucked. I don't know why they've done that. The title just sucks. And John Cena then comes over via satellite, and then it turns out that he's in the arena, which we all kind of knew at the beginning anyway. So he comes out and he basically says, oh, WWE is my home, and you're in my living room, and I'm going to take out the trash. And he comes out, and Miz tries to throw a table at him, a little mini table at him as he comes to the ring, but misses him. He comes in and has this really pointless brawl with Miz and Riley. He doesn't really go anywhere. He knocks Riley out, tries to attack Miz. Miz runs out to the back, and then John Cena beats on Riley for the rest with an STFU, and then it ends there. So basically, Miz escapes attack. The ending just sucked. It really did sum up Raw tonight. I didn't think Raw was very good at all. Again, the matches are too short. Although there's hype for WrestleMania, there needs to be some matches there. There needs to be some wrestling, but there just isn't any. And I just thought the ending sucked. Although the WrestleMania build-up is good, the matches suck and the ending just sucked. I just couldn't believe how much the ending sucked, and that was really what did it for Raw tonight. I didn't really think it was very good. Obviously, if you guys have any differing opinions or you think the same, as I've said earlier in the video, leave your comments in the comment section below. You can catch me on Twitter at Daniel_Parkin and Tumblr, where I do WWE blogs at Daniel Parkin. Once again, make sure you check out those 4 guys that I mentioned at the beginning, and I'll put them in the description box below. So that just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching my Raw review, and goodbye.